What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily horoscope for Monday, January 4th, 2021. Brian here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Welcome to another week. It's the first full week in 2021. It's a big one. We got that moon finishing up in Virgo. It's going to start off the day with an opposition to Neptune. We're just trying to figure out this reality the best we can. It's kind of this new energy. We have so much like online. So I think when it comes to our reality, we look at this Mars in Aries. It's, almost full speed here. I mean, not quite, but it's ramping up. It's out of shadow. So it's this full strength Mars in Aries, which we haven't gotten since July. And I mean, I'm telling you right now, like these next 2 days up until January 6th are very important with this Sun in Capricorn and this Mars in Aries sharing mutual reception of exaltation. We have such a positive score for the Sun in Capricorn. It's not normal. You don't just get this every year in Capricorn. So like going after our goals, going after our individuality is so important. Like make use of this powerful Mars. And I know a Mars in Aries, we've had it for 6 months now, had a full retrograde. And Mars in Aries can be difficult. For some people it's too much like go get energy, and it can be difficult, but you want to use this for your goals. You want to use this for the mountain you want to climb and to make it happen. Like these next few days are huge. And I think that we're in this like mix of worlds here with this grand mutable cross that we start the day off with Neptune and the nodes. The moon's going to square the nodes as well. We have to figure out how to ground, but we don't want to get lost in the fog. We really have to use today to push forward with our goals, to push forward with the identity we want to have, to be true to ourselves, to be individuated with all this Aquarius energy. Mercury is going to come into Aquarius this week. It's going to, it's finishing up here. It's at 24 degrees today. So it's on top of Pluto. So our mind is getting this big upgrade of like where we want to go into and all the things we can accomplish and go after our true desires. And we have to listen to that. We have to go into that space as this Sun is going to start working on a sextile to Neptune this week. So there's this positivity that we're stepping into. We just can't get lost in the fog. We can't get stuck in doing the old routines that aren't taking us into the life that we want to build. It's about new routines. It's about new stimulating environments with the North Node in Gemini squaring that moon. And then that moon's going to come and it's going to trine over to Pluto. It's going to trine over to Mercury today. So we can feel where we want to go. We just have to be able to put those necessary steps in and not be fogged by the reality that it can be, but to be empowered by the reality that we can create. These are big days. So use this day to your best advantage to go after what you truly want. That moon's also going to trine over to Black Moon Lilith in Taurus and make a grand trine in Earth with Pluto and the moon and even Mercury. So there's a lot of energy of stepping into your values, doing things your own way, breaking out of old value systems, and making sure that you're trusting yourself and having that confidence within yourself to go after the daily life that you want, to go after the routines you want, and to ultimately just empower yourself for the mountain that you want to climb in this world. And when Mars comes into Taurus, it's going to feel really weird. Mars does not want to be in Taurus. It's detriment. It's getting close to Uranus. It's getting close to squaring Saturn. Venus is going to back it up right when it comes in. Right when Mars comes into Taurus, Venus is going to move in to Capricorn, and they're going to make a nice trine in Earth. And I think that, there's so much beauty in the confidence that we can have, in the life that we can create and go after and build. But like we have to embody the adventure right now. We have to embody what can be. There's a lot of mutable energy, there's a lot of cardinal energy, and there's fixed energy. We have a little bit of everything in the chart right now. So it's like, how can we bring all these little things together in our life to reach our ultimate goals? And today you have to put it in place. The goals that you want to start, what's been on your mind, the identity that you've come to realize over 2020, because 2020 really brought us closer to ourselves. It brought us closer to our soul's desires, what's inside of us, what we're made of, And now, 2021 isn't just like a sit back and like let the year go on. Like we got to step into it. And today's the day to get things going for the week that you want. Whatever your goals are, ambitions, put those steps in place to make it happen. And it's going to be good. The moon's going to also square over to Venus in Sagittarius today. So you get this mutable square. And it's like, are we stepping into the values of the story that's going to bring us the abundance? Or are we just going to let those slip by? And are we going to, go into the relationships with people that are going to open up our world? Or are we going to keep playing the old story that isn't fulfilling, that isn't opening up the world to the desires that we truly want, that's going into the future, that brings us the hope, the excitement that we can have? And today is just, don't do that to yourself. Like, it's so important these next 2 days. Use them for the empowerment of yourself, to reach the top, to climb to the highest point, to at least put the things in order, at least to analyze and to like emotionally prep yourself for what you can go after, because it's just a weird week. This is honestly, these next 2 months with Mars and Taurus are going to feel weird. That Mars is going to make some really hard squares to Jupiter and Saturn. Mercury's going to retrograde on January 30th. So we're going to have a Mars in Taurus in detriment with a Mercury retrograde. Sun's going to move into Aquarius as well by then. If you want to go towards the future, if you want to go towards the life that's going to bring you the hope, you got to make the call today. And you've already known, like you've gotten all the signs. Now you just have to listen to those signs. You have to act on them. If you just sit back and relax and don't take advantage of what you can accomplish, it might feel like you just let something slip by. And I would hate to see anybody do that. So, look for what's stimulating you. Look for the objective truths in life. Look for different ways to do things. Switch the game up to the way that you want to play it. Like, this is your game. You have to make the changes in your reality. Those changes are not an illusion. With the moon starting off the day in opposition to Neptune, they're real. And you can make it happen for yourself. But you have to be able to ground. You have to be able to come back to reality, to see through any fogs, to see through any of that, and see clearly. Saturn's out of shadow this week as well. It officially is now. So it's almost like summer school's over. Saturn retrograde is often like, okay, here's summer school. Saturn came direct, out of shadow, so we have a full strength, strong Saturn in Aquarius. Like, I'm telling you, you have to be responsible to innovate the life that you want. And if you didn't learn that with all this Capricorn about the structures of your life that you want and what you want to be responsible for, and you're going to start letting other things outside of yourself dictate what you want to be responsible for, it's going to get weird. I'm just going to be honest. So this first part of 2021 is not like relaxing and chill and, oh, humanity is just going to work itself out. Like, yeah, humanity is going to work itself out, but you don't have to put that on your plate. It's your job to put your life on your own plate, on your own platter, and serve it up how you want it to be. That's the individuated state of Aquarius. It doesn't have to look like what the world's doing. It doesn't have to look like the narrative that's being pushed on you. It just has to vibe with your soul. It has to vibe with the future that you want to create. And today and tomorrow are the days to empower yourself to go after that life and to put all the necessary pieces on that platter that are going to satisfy you and help even connect you to other people that are going to be satisfied by the platter that you created. And if people aren't, that's okay. Not everybody's meant to vibe on that same level. You got to empower yourself right now. That's one thing that this Mars retrograde in Aries for the last 6 months of just being there was trying to show us, is that the ultimate power is you and how you create your reality and how you innovate and move forward for this year. Because this year has beauty and it has magic and it has greatness, but it's not going to come by sitting back and letting the life that you want to have slip you by because you put some sort of belief out there about one thing or another and it didn't come true and now your life's in shambles. No, it's about the belief in yourself of what you can create in your own environment. And if you embody that and you step into that place, you're going to see innovation and hope and all the stuff that Aquarius can bring for humanity, but you have to do it from your individuated space, from yourself. Change starts within and radiates out. You can't expect the world to change. We have no control over the weather. We have no control over the news. We have no control over anything except ourselves. But we have the ultimate control over ourselves. And this is a day to realize that power and to go after the goals and to make it happen. Put the things in order for yourself. Analyze what brings you the stimulated reality that you want, but from a place of empowerment that you can create the beautiful life you want. And you don't need things outside of you to serve up a platter for you, because you already have that beautiful platter laid out the way you want it for what you can create and what you can enjoy today. Card for the day is the Seven of Cups. There is going to be a lot of stuff going on, and we can't get lost in all of the things that are going on. You just have to take what feels right for you. You have to trust your intuition. You have to trust your emotions and not just give it out to everything. It's not going to be fulfilling if you have all these things lined up that you don't want to do, because a narrative is saying that you have to do it. Like, you have to just embody what feels right to you, what feels natural to you, what's going to bring you the fulfillment. There's that saying, right? Like, too much is never enough. And it isn't, because once you want it all, you want it all. And now we have to come back to ourselves and narrow things down and get really tight. Like, what do we really want? What are the goals? What are the goals for self? You get yourself in alignment, you get yourself in empowerment. That's going to be the greatest change for humanity. That is where Aquarius brings people together, and that is where we innovate and move into the future. It's not by just shaming or thinking that things have to be a certain way or that everybody has to do all these different things. No, everybody just has to be truly authentically themselves. And if we're just truly authentically ourselves, that's the ultimate cup. It's not about all the other things anymore. Don't let this energy pass you by. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to your emotions. See through the fog. Summer school's over. It's real class time. And if you're not going to be responsible for the future you want, for the innovation that you can create within yourself, and for the connections that you can have, it's just going to be an interesting first couple months here in 2021. So how can you empower yourself and not give your power to something away, or give your power away to something outside of you that's going to take you out of harmony and not show you the value of the life that you can have? I love you all very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.